Aisha was a 20-year-old girl full of energy and dreams. She had long black hair that cascaded down her back and bright eyes that sparkled with curiosity. She loved her studies and was passionate about her part-time job, but lately she felt like everything was falling apart. Her room was always messy, her phone constantly buzzed with messages, and her mind was in chaos. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't balance her studies, work, and social life. Feeling overwhelmed, Aisha decided to visit her grandfather, Ahmed. Ahmed was 70 years old with white hair, a wrinkled yet kind face, and wise eyes that had seen the world change over decades. He always wore a light gray kurta with a white shawl draped over his shoulder, and his calm demeanor made everyone feel at ease. He lived in a charming house surrounded by a lush, blooming garden that seemed to have its own magic. As Aisha arrived, Ahmed welcomed her with open arms and a gentle smile. They sat on a wooden bench under a tree in the garden, the colorful flowers dancing in the breeze around them. Aisha looked at her grandfather, her eyes full of worry. She poured her heart out, telling him how she felt trapped between her responsibilities, like she was constantly running but getting nowhere. Ahmed listened patiently, his wise eyes never leaving her face. When she finished, he placed his hand on her shoulder and spoke in his calm, steady voice. "My dear, balance is not about doing everything at once. It's about knowing what matters most." Aisha looked at him with curiosity, her eyes reflecting hope. Ahmed continued, "When I was your age, I too struggled to find balance. I tried to be the best son, the best student, the best friend, but in trying to be everything, I lost myself." He looked at the garden, his eyes distant with memories. "I learned that life is like this garden. Every flower blooms in its own time. If you try to force them to bloom together, you'll only ruin their beauty." Aisha followed his gaze, admiring the vibrant flowers swaying in harmony. She started to understand. Ahmed spoke again. "Priorities are like seasons. Some days are meant for hard work, others for rest, and sometimes you just need to enjoy the moment." His words were simple, but they felt profound. Aisha realized she was trying to make every moment productive without giving herself time to breathe. She smiled softly, her face glowing with new understanding. Ahmed closed his eyes and took a deep breath. "Patience and inner peace," he whispered. Aisha followed his lead, closing her eyes and breathing deeply. For the first time in weeks, she felt a wave of calmness wash over her. They continued talking as the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of pink and orange. Ahmed shared stories of his youth, his struggles, his failures, and how he learned to rise above them. He explained that balance isn't achieved in a day but is practiced daily. Aisha listened to each word, her heart feeling lighter. She realized she didn't have to be perfect. She just needed to prioritize what truly mattered to her. She felt grateful to have Ahmed by her side, guiding her with his wisdom and love. As she got up to leave, she hugged her grandfather tightly. "Thank you, Nana. You always know how to make things better," she whispered. Ahmed smiled, his eyes twinkling with pride. "You have all the strength within you, Aisha. Just learn to trust yourself." Walking away from the garden, Aisha felt a sense of clarity she had been longing for. She knew she couldn't change everything overnight, but she was ready to take one step at a time. As she looked back, she saw Ahmed waving at her, his silhouette glowing in the golden sunset. Aisha smiled, her heart filled with hope and gratitude. She was ready to find her balance, just like the flowers in her grandfather's garden. Moral of the story: balance is not about doing everything at once, but about prioritizing what truly matters. If you enjoyed our story, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.